everyone, I'm Chloe and welcome to another video. I'm coming at you barefaced because it's time to transform. A lot of you may know my eyebrow transformation, the stages of the iconic Chloe eyebrow. It's not been a happy journey. It's been quite treacherous, you know, frightening, very scary at times, sad, you know, emotional. It's been an emotional roller coaster, and I've finally gotten to a point in my life where I feel relatively confident in the way I feel in my eyebrows, but it's been a lot. So today I thought I'd take you through this journey, and every journey has a beginning, so we're gonna start there. Okay y'all, we're gonna start there. So the OG Chloe eyebrows were basically just the unplucked version of this, and obviously I've just recently plucked my eyebrows, over-plucked a bit, but you know, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not going to sing Hannah Montana again. And obviously I can't grow hair just like on a whim, so I'm gonna attempt like drawing some hairs. It'll be a look. Okay, so nope, I'm not talented, but this is the finished look. So that was where it began. You have to understand that I was and still am a very insecure person, and I want people to like me, and I thought the best way for people to like me is to be like other people, specifically popular people, specifically popular girls, specifically one popular girl, which I will not name because it's quite embarrassing, who had, you know, plucked her eyebrows, and I was like, wow, everyone likes her. Maybe they like her because of her eyebrows, which is a lie. No one's gonna like you just because you have nice eyebrows. You need to be a nice person. That's the first life lesson from today. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna pluck these damn eyebrows. So that's what I did. This is me plucking them. As you can see, it's very painful. You know, plucking eyebrows takes a lot of effort. And we're done. We're done with the plucking. The first time I plucked them, they didn't look like this. I remember back in good old S1, the better days. That was when I remember the day so clearly because I filled in my eyebrows and I was like, hey, this looks good, but did it look good? No, because do you want to know what I decided to fill my eyebrows in with? Sparkly brown eyeshadow that was not intended for eyebrows because it was sparkly. As you know, eyebrows are not naturally sparkly, so I look like a bit of a mess, and everyone laughed at me that whole day and at hockey. It was a Monday. I don't have that same eyeshadow palette that I used because it was like a kid's eyeshadow palette, which I obviously threw away because I'm really upmarket now. The closest look I have is this MAC Dusky Rose x9 palette, and I'm gonna take this stunning shimmery eyeshadow shade, and I remember I used this exact brush to fit this Real Techniques brow brush because it is, as the name suggests, for brows, and I wanted to be as professional as I could. So here we go. This is literally, I just went ham. Oh, it was a look. It was a look. And to be honest, when I went into school, I was very nervous about them. So I was like, what are people gonna think? People are gonna know that I've copied this girl. And none of my friends noticed until, shout out to you, Anna Hallam, for S1 registration going, Chloe, did you get your eyebrows done? In front of everyone. That was a beautiful moment in my life, so thank you, Anna. And then all my friends were like, oh yeah, and then the teacher was like, let's focus on other things or something, I don't know, but then I was embarrassed about it because everyone was like, fuck, have you done it? It was a great day. And we move on to S2 Chloe because after everyone humiliating me, making fun of me, I didn't fill them in another day. in S1, I don't think. Also because I realised that you're not meant to use sparkly brown eyeshadow for your eyebrows, because that's pretty stupid. You also weren't allowed makeup in S1, so I was a rebel. Basically what happened is I over-plucked my eyebrows way too much on the edges here, so there was no hair here whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do first of all is cover that bit up so that we have our good base to work with. And I've never covered up my eyebrows before, and I also don't have glue, so I'm just gonna like put concealer on top of them and hope for the best. And like, if you knew me in S2, this really is an exaggeration. This is not working. I'm so pretty. So now I'm gonna set those with my Coty Airspun powder. This is really difficult. Like, I don't understand how Beachy crews do this. This is really hard. This feels so cakey. I don't think I've ever felt anything like this before. I've also never felt more beautiful in my life. So we'll continue with the eyebrow transformation. This was probably the worst my eyebrows ever were, and I really regret this. The worst part was people told me they were good. Like, people were like, eyebrows on fleek. And I was like, oh my god, thanks. Yes, they are. And I'd be like, guys, look at how good my eyebrows are. And then I look back in the pictures and I'm like, are you like clinically insane? So this is an eyeliner because I threw away what I used to use for my eyebrows. It's way too dark for my eyebrows, first of all. That's why I've used this, because this is black. So pretend that they weren't black. Pretend that this is a really dark brown. Use your imagination. I'm all about creativity. You can't forget the signature, really boxy front of the brow. And then I was like, oh hey, it needs to be pointed. So I did a literal triangle. Wow, this is bringing back memories. Also, look at how talented at makeup I am. Who else could recreate their old eyebrows? Nikki tutorials? Nope. I can. Now, to save time, I'm not going to do the same thing on the other eyebrow. I'm going to move on to the next stage. I did indeed, grow my eyebrows back out again because people began to tell me that I looked stupid. Thanks, guys, for the support. Thank you for saving me. That's really appreciated. And this was when they actually got a bit better, and I was quite proud of myself. I haven't done this to the best of my ability, probably because I don't really care. Yeah, that's relatively accurate. They got a bit better. They're still not good, but like, it was better. And then they took another turn for the worst, so let's move on to that, shall we? Ugh. You have no idea how gross this feels. So then in this beautiful journey, this is where they went back downhill. This is, if this was a heartbeat chart, heartbeat chart in a hospital, it would be flatlining right now, because I saw, yet again, inspired by a girl in my year, a popular girl, of course. She had really nice eyebrows. She still has really nice eyebrows, so got bad. Anyway, and they were like, it was like, I know my eyebrows were bad, but you don't need to bark at them. Shh. This is not making any sense. It was just like a kind of one curve. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like one curve instead of it being like whoop, whoop. Do you understand what I mean? You probably don't. Anyway, and I was like, hey, I want to emulate this because she looks good, so obviously I'm gonna look good. Another lesson. Things that suit other people are not necessarily going to suit you. And yet another lesson. They're especially not going to suit you if you can't execute them properly. Basically, I decided to fill in my eyebrow, but instead of making it a bigger curve up here, it was just kind of flat. And again, we went back to a nice thin line. I think it got to this stage because I got too cocky and I thought my eyebrows were too good, so I was like, hey, I'll change it up a bit. Did it work? No, it did not. So finally, I reached that stage where my eyebrows, and to be honest, my makeup overall just took like a huge leap of faith suddenly, and that happened quite recently, and I'm really happy that happened because now I don't look like a twat. On this eyebrow, I'm going to show you what I do now. I take my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade number 3, and I start off by doing a big line straight from these hairs right at the front of my eyebrow, which grow upwards, straight along to where it begins to arch, because I've stopped plucking these hairs here because I quite like the look of having them brushed up. You'll see later, you'll understand. Do you see that? Just a straight ass line, straight across. And then I start moving this line in towards the rest of my brow and upwards, and just kind of start filling that in. And then I get to the end of my eyebrow and I just push really hard to get that nice finished edge. Sorry if you can hear children screaming, by the way. My neighbors aren't murderers. They're just a lot of young kids, and I have a shared garden at the back, and they all like to play, and it's nice weather, so they're all outside. Moving on with my eyebrows, then I work on the top, and where I can see my eyebrow growing in above the kind of body of my eyebrow, I start working up and making that into a much more defined curve. And then I bring it outside where my eyebrow naturally goes, so it's more drawn on. Once I've done that and got a shape that I'm happy with, I go back to the front of my eyebrow and just fill in to the front and kind of round off the front. So it's not a square, but it's just more defined. Once I've got that shape, I'll take the other end of the Precisely My Brow pencil, the little spoolie, and I'll go in the front and brush this harsh line upwards so that it blends. See how cool that looks? It's like all feathered out. Doesn't that look cool? I'm literally like a genius. Then I'll take the Ready Set Brow Gel by Benefit. Firstly, I'm going to put it at the front of my brow so that these hairs stick upwards. And this stuff is amazing. It keeps your eyebrows set in for like 4 years. And then what I do is just kind of clean up my eyebrows, is I take some concealer and just go like under here to neaten it up and around where I've kind of gone over the natural edge of my eyebrows. You don't want to take too much concealer because you have to blend it downwards too much. You also need a good coverage concealer for this to work. This also helps not only to neaten up the brow, but to highlight under it and make it seem more defined than it already is. And I personally don't like to go above my brow because I think it looks stupid, but you do that if you want to live your life to the fullest. And then I like to just blend that downwards with my finger. And then finally, to finish off this masterpiece, I take my Mary Luminizer highlighter or whatever highlighter I fancy that day. To get that, you won't be able to see the glow because there's no light. Shine on me, shine on me, shine, Jesus, shine. Fill this land with the glory. Thanks for watching my eyebrow journey. Wow, stunning. Today's shout out goes to Lara Dundas. Oh, I love you so much. Lara, sit next to each other in Latin. We laugh at basically everything that happens. You're a lovely gal, and I'm so glad I know you. So thank you so much for supporting my videos, Lara. You're really, really great, and I don't know what I'd do without you. And thank you so much for supporting my videos. Everyone else, I love you so much. And I'll see you next week maybe. Although I have exams, so I might not be uploading because I'll be too busy revising. So if I don't, I'm really, really sorry. I want to get A's. Anyway, I'd also like to apologise to anyone who's asked me for a shout out and hasn't gotten one yet. I'm really sorry. I got way more requests than I thought I did. Apparently, like, people actually like me or something. I'm kidding. You will get one. I promise. I absolutely promise. So don't worry, stick it out. Wait, I will mention you in a video. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later. I can't believe I went from this to this, bitch. Like, that's pretty fucking